start with what basically CSC is, right? Civil Services Examination. So I'm audible to everyone, right? Okay,
Yes.
I'm going ahead with that. So CSC Civil Services Examination is, as you are, all of you, I guess, must be aware of it, consists of three stages. It starts with the prelims examination, and which is basically a qualifying examination. So approximately 4 or 4.5 lakhs people attempt the paper, and only 10 to, because depending upon the number of seats that are available. And if we go by the latest trends, around 700 to 800 seats that are available each year. So if they take around 12,000, 12 times, around 12 to 13 times, so they take around 10,000 students, right? After qualifying the prelims, you comes to the main. So 10,000 people are actually writing, 10 to 12,000 people are actually writing the mains, and then your main competition, and which actually decides your rank and everything, cadre, everything, your life kind of a thing. Because after 22 to 30 years, 32 years, you give your time. After 20, what I'm saying is that after, it basically decides your life. So this the marks that comes in your CSE mains, irrespect. Suppose if you are getting a very good marks, if you see the marks of Pratham Kaushik, so he got very good top. He was the, I guess, the topper of that batch, 2017 batch. So the interview was not a decider factor in his case. So you have to focus mainly on the mains. It will decide your rank, your service selection, your cadre. So emphasis should be given on, too much emphasis should be given on the mains. But I'm not saying you have to ignore prelims, because prelims is a qualifying paper. If you don't qualify prelims, you won't be eligible to write mains. So importance has to be given on prelims. At the same time, you should not ignore the mains aspect. So we will see. And what consists of mains? Mains consist of subjective answers. What I'm saying is subjective. It's very different from that kind, from the prelims paper. You have the objective. You have to just fill up the bubbles over there. But for that, you also have some kind of a knowledge, right? So I'm going with ahead with this slides, that what actually you have to write in the, what you have to understand, write, and how you have to write, what basically goes in the answer writing factors. These things you need to take care into consideration, right? So I'll go ahead with the first slide. So it is basically, what are the basic requirements of the answer writing? What basically is the need of answer writing? So for answer writing, the first and the most important thing is the content. Suppose for the content, you need to have a very good grasp over the, what is the syllabus over there. You have to be very thorough with the syllabus. Without having the content, you can't write. People say, okay, presentation is important, structure is important. These are the paraphernalia of, actually, CSE mains is a war kind of a thing. So without the king, if the king is defeated, then the war is already lost. You won't be able to get marks from the presentation and structure part. If out of 10 marks, the content easily fetches. If you suppose, if you have a very poor handwriting, or the structure is also not good, that kind of a good, you will get 3.5 or 4 marks out of 10. But if your content is very poor and presentation is there, so you will get 2 marks, 2.5 marks. So I'm not saying that only the content is there, but presentation and structure, they are also very much important part of the answer writing. So as I have written, that content is the king and presentation are the accessories of it. How you present it, how the examiner is actually seeing your thought process. The present, suppose what I'm saying is uh, presentation, because presentation matters a lot, because the examiner is evaluating your copy. You are not over there to tell the examiner, okay sir, I have read these many books, 10 books regarding polity, history, sociology, or something, your public administration, or other optional subject, whatever you have written. But you are not over there to tell the examiner, okay, I have written these, I have read so much things, and this is the amount of hard work that I have done. But the presentation will tell, because it actually reflects your thought process, how easily you are able to understand and grasp the, what is demanded, and how you have presented. Why I'm saying is that presentation is very important, and this because if you see the working of the bureaucracy, it actually depends upon the file writings, file notings, right? And the means the bureaucrat who is at the district level or even at the state level will write in the file notings, and these files go at the higher hierarchy. The bureaucrat will not go right every time, okay sir, these are the things, these are the things. The person who is at the higher up hierarchy will be able to understand from what he has written, right? And how the structure is there. So these 3 points, the content is the first and the most important thing. I will every time emphasize on the content part, because without it you are nowhere in the game, right? So I'll go to the next slide. uh, you need to know what CSE, right? Why I'm saying CSE is a war and not a battle. Battle is very small duration. War is of a large duration, right? So actually, if we compare with the current situation in Indo-Pak border around the Jammu and Kashmir region, it's not a battle. What the Pakistan is waging on us is a kind of a war, proxy war. So it's of a long duration. If you see from the 1980s, this terrorism started in the Jammu and Kashmir region, and it's still going on. We are at a kind of a war like a situation with Pakistan. So it's a long duration, not a battle. Battle was of 1965. It was a small duration, 1971. This is the so you need to know what you are fighting. What is the? I will not say, I will not equate CSE is a enemy. Was you have to fall in love with the civil services examination. That only you will be able to understand what basically is the demand. अब पता ही नहीं होगा तो लड़ाई कैसे करोगे? So for that you need to have the syllabus of paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 and paper 4. So what I'll suggest is that you should paste the syllabus on the wall or near side of the wall, or some kind of a chart you should make so that you see it clearly day by day, and in a process of that you should be able to memorize what are the contents of it, what actually constitute paper 1, what actually constitute paper 2, what actually constitute paper 3, paper 4. If I dissect the paper 1, so it consists of the upper part is in the paper 1, GS paper 1, I'm talking about GS paper 1. First is the what we have, art and culture, right? After that comes the world history, right? And then modern history, and then comes the society part, and then comes the geography. And then within art and culture, what you have to read, within modern history, what you have to read, कौन से duration से कब से पढ़ना है, 17th सेंचुरी से इंडिपेंडेंस तक का. फिर पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस भी है कि कब तक का पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस से बाद में पढ़ना है, 1950 आफ्टर 1940 to the present duration, what actually happened over there, what actually is the part of Indian society, what you have to read. Communalism is there, regionalism is there, fundamentalism is there, population is there, poverty is there. And if I link paper 1, this society part, with the social justice part of paper 2, so there is a linkage, right? Both sides. So you have to find the linkage also. Similarly, if I see the geography aspect, right? So geography aspect is the physical phenomena, like cyclones are there, tornadoes are there, avalanches are there, volcanism is there, earthquake is there, climate change is there. And if I see this climate change, transportation, this actually connects with the paper 3 aspect. If you see it in the paper 3, you will find very similar kind of questions in paper, the geography part of paper 1, and environment infrastructure part of paper 3. So there is a linkage. So why I'm saying is that this paper 1, you should be able to remember it, because you will prevent the duplicity of the effort. By doing climate change over here, you will actually covering the paper 3 also. If you are understanding what basically constitutes poverty in paper 1, so you will be able to connect it with paper 2 also. There is a social justice part, poverty is also there, and vulnerable section of society is there, NGO is there. And if there is a poverty over here, so demand of social justice is there at paper 1. So you can also bring the part of paper 2 into paper 1 and paper 1 into paper 2, right? And when we come to the paper 4, right? What I have seen is while evaluating the copy of the students, what I have seen is that people are actually not very much aware of the topics over there. What actually constitutes the topic of paper 4? वो बस basically जो teacher ने पढ़ा दिया वो याद करके and then they try to put it over there in the same words the teacher has taught them. There is no application of their own in the paper 4. Suppose they try to forget what basically social influence is there, persuasion is there. That's the problem. If you are able to understand it, it will be very easy for you to interconnect and write good answers. Mains is basically you have to be able to interconnect what diverse points that come to your mind, and more the number of points, relevant points. I'm not saying कि कुछ भी लिख के आ गया and then paper भर दिया हो गया नंबर, ऐसा नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा. Answers should be relevant. What is the demand of the question? What basically it is asking? What you have to do over there? कुछ भी लिखने से पेपर में कुछ भी लिखने से कुछ भी नंबर नहीं मिलेगा. And in the evaluation, if you see the marks that the students get, the highest one, maximum, my optional was geography. So what I have seen till last year was the highest scorer was getting around 301 to 302. I guess 302 was the highest one. 302 या 300 out of 500. So 60% is the maximum you will get. And I have seen the students getting 40 marks out of 250, in total 90 marks out of 500. Why there is such a huge range? If you don't write relevant, what is being demanded? UPSC and or the professors that evaluate your copy will severely penalize you. And what I have seen in the past 2 to 3 years also, there is a concept of penalty marks. If you see, I remember one guy, she was penalized 25 marks. 25 marks. If she has got that 25 marks, she would have easily got into IAS. Right? So you have to write very relevant, and relevant is only when you will able to understand कि सवाल कहाँ से पूछा है, क्या पूछा है. इसलिए सिलेबस पता होना बहुत जरूरी है, राइट? सिलेबस पता होना जरूरी है, क्वेश्चन को अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. So you should be able to understand what basically is the demand of the question. So going ahead, I'll show you what after syllabus. You know the syllabus, right? And then you know the syllabus, and then you know what are the contents of it. You have thoroughly revised it. You have learned it. You have memorized it. रट्टा मार लिया, जिसका मतलब रट्टा मारने का मतलब ये नहीं कि चतुर बन गए 3 idiots वाले, कि कुछ भी बोला कुछ भी बोल के आ गए तो चतुर वाला ही हाल होगा, राइट? So you have to basically comprehend कि पूछना क्या चाह रहे हो भाई, right? You should be able to identify and understand what basically is the demand of the question. वो होता ना अर्जुन वो मछली की आंख पे तीर मारता है, वैसा होना चाहिए एकदम, बिल्कुल वैसे पिन पॉइंट होगा. You will easily able to qualify means. So what I meant by this comprehending the question is that you should be able to identify the keywords of the question. What are the keywords of it? This is very much important for understanding and comprehending the question. Identify the keywords. I have highlighted also what is the keyword. I'll keep repeating this word, this word, keyword, demand of the question. What basically it is demanding. Most of the time I have seen that the students, what they do is that they identify 1 or 2 words जो कुछ पढ़ा होता है और उसी को वो लिख के आ जाते हैं. They don't understand the demand of the question. वो पूछना क्या चाह रहा है. The third problem that I have seen is that in UPSC, generally the trend is, I'm talking about this GS paper 1 to 4. So generally you will see that there are parts and subparts of the question. They are being put so cryptically that you won't be able to understand by first reading कि पूछना क्या चाह रहे हो भाई. So you should be able to identify what are the parts and what are the subparts. It's like dissection. Biology में होता है dissection, right? Dissection. So वैसे करके you have should be able to identify अच्छा ये पूछना चाह रहा है, ये पूछना चाह रहा है, and then you put it. There is a very famous approach called as a systems approach. Those who are having geography optional will be able to correlate with me कि एक सिस्टम है. सपोज what I meant by systems approach, ह्यूमन बॉडी, राइट, ह्यूमन बॉडी पूरा शरीर एक होता है, तो सिस्टम्स अप्रोच में सिर अलग होता है, हाथ अलग होता है, राइट, बॉडी अलग होती है. सो इफ आई आइडेंटिफाई, इफ आई मेक अ हेड, अ लिम्ब, अ हार्ट, अपर टॉर्सो, राइट, दिस विल कंस्टिट्यूट अ मैन. अगर मैंने ये सब कर दिया सो वो एक पर्सन बन जाएगा, राइट. एंड देन वी हैव टू पुट दिस पर्सन इनटू सर्टेन डायरेक्शन आल्सो, राइट, कि इसको कहाँ पे जाना है. भाई बना तो दिया मैंने आदमी, अब इसको अपने गंतव्य यानी कि अपने टारगेट पे पहुंचाना है. सो फॉर दैट यू नीड टू गिव द डायरेक्टिव टू दैट पर्सन. ओके, दिस इज द पर्सन आई हैव मेड एंड नाउ यू हैव टू रीच द टारगेट. सो दैट टारगेट approach, the targeted approach is, I guess there was some technical issue with the connection. So I believe that everyone might have read this question and tried to comprehend, right, what basically is the question meant. It is a very long and lengthy question, right, and there are many subparts in this question. So, and if what I'm saying is that you have to analyze this thing in the time frame that you are given, in the 3 hours that you have to write. And writing means is actually generally is in the winter season, right? So if you see in these times, ऐसे सुबह आँख खुलती नहीं है, सुबह 7 बजे, and then you have to reach over the center at 9, before 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the paper starts. You have to be there by 8:30, maximum 8:30, because अंदर जाना पड़ता है, आईडी कार्ड चेक होता है, all this process goes on. So 8:30 बजे आपको पहुंचना ही पहुंचना है. और ऐसे में हाथ, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिल्ली, आई डोंट नो अबाउट अदर प्लेसेस, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नॉर्दर्न इंडिया, सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So, and in that mind frame, you have to write because there is so much of competition. Students are reading outside. They just go crazy at the time. So, I'll not discuss all these things, but I'll come back to the question. So, though the federal principle is dominant in our constitution, and that principle is one of its basic features, but it is equally true that federalism under Indian constitution leans in the favor of a strong center, a feature that militates against the concept of strong federalism. Discuss. तो भाई इतना बड़ा सेंटेंस दे दिया है इसको कॉम्प्रिहेंड करने में, 3 सेंटेंसेस से बना हुआ है, सिंगल सेंटेंस बनाया है. इट्स मतलब इफ यू से इन द जो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज होता है, सो उसमें इट्स अ कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस, नॉट अ सिंपल सेंटेंस नहीं है ये, इट्स अ कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस. तो उसको समझने में आपको 1 आध मिनट लग जाएगी, पूछना क्या चाह रहा है. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द एग्जाम. अभी क्या है, देयर इज नो प्रेशर. तो आपको एग्जाम समय में 2 मिनट लगेगा, यहाँ पे 1 मिनट में हो सकता है. सो द कीवर्ड्स आई हैव हाईलाइटेड यूजिंग द रेड पेन आर द this one, this federal principle, basic feature, strong center, strong federalism. These are the keywords, right? ये मैंने पहले बोला ना, ये identify the keywords and then identify the keywords, and then the next step is demand of the question. Demand of the question, what basically it is demanding. Question is demanding that the within Indian constitution, it actually envisages a federal form of a government. Federal is there is a division of power between the center, division of powers and responsibilities between different tiers of the government. Different tiers अगर देखा जाए तो there are 3-tier government. अभी के हिसाब से हम 1990 के बाद से चेंज हुआ है. 1990 से पहले there was a 2-tier government, center and the state. So, center and the state, and the 3rd tier is the Panchayati Raj. That is not so important with respect to this question. It basically is saying is that there is a division of power. वो फेडरल प्रिंसिपल से अपने को समझ में आ गया. बेसिक फीचर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का बेसिक फीचर है, सो मतलब इट्स वन ऑफ द अंडरलाइंग फिलॉसफी ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो अगर मान लो ये नहीं होगा तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिर जाएगा भड़बड़ा के. मतलब इट्स वन ऑफ द फाउंडिंग, इट्स वन ऑफ व्हाट वी से, it's one of the bedrock of one of the pillars of the Indian constitution. If one of the pillars, suppose a chair has 4 legs, right? If one of the leg goes away, chair gir jayegi, right? So that's what I meant by the basic feature. Strong center. What basically we meant by the strong center? Why there is a need for a strong federalism? The feature that militates against the concept of strong federalism. Why? Why this thing? And now comes the I'm not talking about the answer कि नहीं भैया मैथ्स का क्वेश्चन है तो सीधे 2+2 किया इंटीग्रेशन. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंजीनियर्स पर्सपेक्टिव, राइट? सो इंटीग्रेशन आया तो इंटीग्रेशन कर दिया, लिमिट लगा दी कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक का माइनस इन्फिनिटी से प्लस इन्फिनिटी इंटीग्रेशन करना है. Pardon me, who are who are from the humanities background. I'm just talking. Make it easier to understand. So वैसा नहीं है, राइट? अभी क्या है, मिलिटेरी, ये क्वेश्चन का डिमांड हो गया. Now comes the third or the fourth point, right? This one, parts and subparts. I'll come to that. Directives. This one is the directive. Discuss. ये डायरेक्टिव है कि भैया आपने किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है आपको, right? A feature that militates, and then the demand, the subparts and the subparts. I'll come to that. So for parts and subparts, you need to go to the answer. अभी ऐसे बताएंगे तो नहीं समझ में आएगा. So I'll going to the kind of what are the pointers in the answer. This is not the actual answer, but the pointers in which direction you have to go. Let's go to that. So what I'm saying is that identify the question, identify the keywords. So here the keywords 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 keywords, right? This one including this one. These are the 4 keywords. Understand the demand of the question. We have done it. Directives. We have done it. This one is the directive, right? Demand. कि पूछना क्या चाह रहा है? तो पूछना ये चाह रहा है कि in Indian Constitution we have made we make a demand of a federal form of a government, but our constitution is not like a federal form of our federalism is not equivalent or not same type of as we see in USA, where in USA the center as well as the state both are very strong. So ours is very different. Ours is very different as compared to the England one, the Britain one. Ours is very different from the Australian federalism, right? So our constitution is sui generis, one of its own kind. So the people who have a public administration or who have read polity, somewhat kuch na kuch padha hoga, so they will be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So we have got the first 3 points, right? Identifying the keywords, identifying the demand, understanding the demand, and what is the directive. Now I'll come to the parts and the subparts. So the parts and the subparts of the answer is that you have to define what basically is the federalism, right? And how we can see federalism in Indian constitution or Indian polity. So we see federalism in the form of a Rajya Sabha, interstate council, and there are other many features, right? Such like the appointment of the president. These are the some of the features of a federalism. There is a division of power between the center and the state. And now after that, the second point is that you have to highlight the points that are given in the strong that means how we have a strong center. So how we have a strong center is the center appoints the governor. It has the power over the All India services, right? And the CAG, the position of CAG, it can audit the accounts of the state government as central government as well as the state government, and the agency of the state government. कौन सी agency बनाई है, and what other powers which comes under the ambit of the Controller and Auditor General of India. Now you can also highlight means strong center, right? Appointment of the governor and their working. Appointment of the governor, it is given in the constitution. And then there are many commissions like Punche Commission, Sarkaria Commission. They have given recommendation how to appoint the government, but it remains the prerogative of the central government. Whosoever they want to appoint the governor, they don't generally consult with the state. So Sarkaria Commission और Punche Commission ने बोला कि आप भाई इनका भी चीफ मिनिस्टर का भी रोल होना चाहिए कुछ गवर्नर को अपॉइंट करने में, बट That doesn't go like this way. So there is a strong center. AIS, All India Service Working. All India services are, there are three All India services. One is the Indian Forest Services. Second is Indian Administrative Services. Third is Indian Police Services. And regarding the GST Council, if you are reading the newspaper on a daily basis, so you will be aware of the things that there is a delay in disbursement of the funds from the center to the states. So this also goes against the concept of strong federalism. It goes in the favor of a strong center. So these are the parts and the subparts of it. And now you have to point about what are the federal features that are given in the constitution. What are the federal features, right? So if you see the Rajya Sabha, there is a representation of the states, right? And what we say, the bill has to be passed by all the both the houses. Only then it will become the law. Otherwise, there is a kind of a deadlock is there. But the deadlock has occurred only thrice in the past working of the Indian constitution. That shows that okay, this Rajya Sabha is also a very prominent factor in the Indian federalism. And after that, you have to write the conclusion. Why I'm saying this factor is because most of the students forget that they have to write the conclusion. वो engineering वाला जो होता है concept, right, the way of answer writing, QED quad error demonstration हो गया, ये हमको prove करना था, ये हो गया. That doesn't work in humanities aspect because this is a part of humanity. This polity is a part of humanity. So that's how you have to do. You have to mention the conclusion. Why there is a need of federal structure of India? Why? क्यों चाहिए हमको फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर? बिकॉज इंडिया इज सच अ डाइवर्स नेशन. एक जगह अलग, एक पूरा होमोजीनियस नहीं है. इट्स नॉट लाइक जर्मनी की छोटा सा देश है, सब जर्मन नेशन जर्मन लैंग्वेज बोलते हैं एंड देन इट बिकम अ नेशन. फ्रांस जैसा नहीं कि फ्रेंच लैंग्वेज बोलते हैं. वन सेकेंड. So it's not like France, right? So you have to be very uh, because India is a diverse nation. The northeast alag hai, unka culture alag hai. The southern part is very different. The central part is very different. The northern part is very different. The western part is very different. And it's such a huge nation. The amount of diversity is mind-boggling. The population of a particular state is equivalent to the several times of that यूरोपियन कंट्री. आप इन उत्तर प्रदेश की पॉपुलेशन ले लो, 20 मिलियन. इसमें बहुत सारे नेशंस आ जाएंगे आपके, बहुत सारे नेशंस आ जाएंगे आपके यूरोप के, राइट? एंड टू एडमिनिस्ट्रेट सच अ ह्यूज डाइवर्सिटी यू नीड अ फेडरल फॉर्म ऑफ अ गवर्नमेंट, right? And we have seen in the past also, means if you see our history also, so whenever there is a strong center is there, it has devolved the power. Even in the times of Maurya, there was a centralized administration, but there was a division of power. Even in the medieval history, it also in the British administration maybe aisa tha. If you see 1935 Act, 1919 Act, so that's how we evolved. So that's how this thing is important. This thing is very important. Conclusion. If you don't write, you will definitely miss some marks. And now there is a question comes of 10 marks, 15 marks. 15 marks में तो और बहुत ज़्यादा important है, right? I have done the polity question. Now I'll go to the geography one, right? One second. I need to take a call, and then this is very important. My mother is calling. 1 second. Hold on, please. Pardon me for that. Hello, I'm audible. Okay, so you have to explain the factors responsible for the origin of ocean currents and how they influence the regional climate, fishing, and navigation. So, how they influence the regional climate, fishing, and navigation. These are the keywords. These three, right? This one for the second part. This right. This one is the second part. This one is the first part. So these are this is the second part. This one is the second part, and it has three subparts. One, two, three. Right. The second part, and this one is the first part. It has only one part, right? This one. What are the factors responsible for the origin of the ocean currents? This thing, right? Now I'll go to the how you have to frame the answer. So please remember, I guess everyone must have read this question by now. It came in, I guess, in 2015, GS paper 1, right? So I'll go to the answer, how you have to. So how you have to do is that you have to define the ocean current, right? This one, this is the, we have defined in the previous question also, we have defined the federalism. Now you have to define the ocean current because everything revolves around the ocean current in this question. Right? Ocean current is determining the regional climate, fishing, navigation, and what are the factors, right? Ocean currents के लिए factors क्या हैं? क्या factors हमको लगेंगे, मतलब जो उनका origin करते हैं. So everything is revolving around this ocean current. So you have to define it, but basically it's the ocean current. ऐसा लगता है बहुत आसान कि मतलब ओके इंग्लिश के दो शब्द हो गए, सो उसको ऐसे डिफाइन कर देंगे अपन, हो गया. मैं नहीं डिफाइन करेंगे तब भी चलेगा. नहीं, you have to define it because ocean currents are very prominent thing. And when defining, people generally will do it. They will write only about the surface current, which flows only over the surface, right? This one. They will write only about the surface ocean current. They will forget about deep ocean current. These two. These are also important. These are also ocean current, and they also have a significant role in influencing the climate, vegetation, habitation, all these things, right? So you have to define it. These things. And yet define only if you have the content, right? Everything is driven by the content over here. Everything. So these things, you have to define both the things, both, and it will become a part. It will become a part of your introduction, right? हम बोलते हैं ना इंट्रोडक्शन, बॉडी, कंक्लूजन. तो क्या होता है इंट्रोडक्शन? ये इंट्रोडक्शन बन गया आपका. एंड दिस क्वेश्चन, इफ आई रिमेंबर इट वेरी करेक्टली, इट केम इन द 15 मार्क्स. 15 मार्क्स, राइट? 15 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है ये. सो यू हैव टू डिफाइन इट. इट विल बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन. अब इंट्रोडक्शन कुछ अलग लिखना नहीं है. हार्डली यू हैव टू राइट 50 वर्ड्स. आई एम सेइंग, एम्फसाइजिंग, नॉट मोर देन 50 वर्ड. 50 बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. एट मैक्स 40, बिकॉज और भी क्वेश्चन करने हैं. यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट 20 क्वेश्चन विद इन 3 hours. समय की शॉर्टेज हो जाती है. आई एम वेरी मच एम्फसाइजिंग व्हाइल द स्टूडेंट राइट, दे एक दो क्वेश्चन लिखते हैं, दे आर टेकिंग 20-25 मिनट्स. कोई मतलब नहीं है उसका. ओके, यू कैन टेक इट इन द स्टार्टिंग 20-25 मिनट्स, बट नॉट मोर देन दैट. स्टार्टिंग में 1 हफ्ता 2 हफ्ता, यार मतलब महीने भर बाद या 25 मिनट ले रहे हो, देन इट्स, यू आर नॉट जस्टिफाइंग द कॉज. वो नहीं करना है हमको. ट्राई टू लिमिट योर आंसर विद इन 12 to 15 minutes. Ideally less than this. इससे कम समय में लिखना होगा आपको, because you have to attempt all the questions. अगर सारे क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट नहीं किए तो वैसे ही रेस से बाहर हो जाओगे. इवन जो बाउंसर्स हैं जिसके बारे में you don't know anything about it, like one question came in around 2018, I remember it correctly, and it was about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Generally I'm talking about within 10,000, उसमें से मुश्किल से hardly 100 लोगों को चैतन्य महाप्रभु के बारे में पता होगा. Not every, and that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his impact on the Bhakti movement. I'm talking about the culture aspect. सबको नहीं पता होता. Even you have to write something so that you can get 1, 2, 2.5 marks. This will determine your rank. This will determine your service in that service. So 1-2 marks का भी importance बहुत ज़्यादा है. Ask that person. I'm talking about the prelims perspective, who got eliminated from the list because of 0.33 marks. And I know these people also. So each and every marks, even a single 0.5 marks matters a lot. So this becomes a part of introduction. And then you have to give what are the examples that you know? This is Canary Current. For example, there are number of currents, right? So Canary Current, Gulf Stream is there, North Atlantic, Deep Ocean Current. It should be Deep Ocean Current, right? Deep Ocean Current, North Atlantic. It becomes a part of Deep Ocean Current. This one, it becomes a part of that. So it becomes a this basically constitute your introduction part. ये intro हो जाएगा आपका, पूरा intro हो गया. Now, why I have chosen this map means I want to specify, highlight that the importance of map. I'm not saying you ऐसा ही बनाना पड़ेगा आपको कि नहीं ये यहाँ पे ये है गल्फ ऑफ सित्रे, गल्फ ऑफ केप, ऐसे पूरा करना पड़ेगा. ऐसा नहीं है. जस्ट अ रफ डायग्राम कि ऐसे करके ऐसे ये हो गया. दिस इज हाउ. ऐसे करके बना दिया जल्दी जल्दी में, ऐसे करके बना दिया अपना, हो गया, जल्दी से बना दिया. और ये दो चार करंट मतलब what are the prominent? This is the Gulf Stream, this is the North Atlantic Drift, this is the Canary Current. Here comes the Canary Current, right? This is the Benguela Current, this is the Peruvian Current, also known as the Humboldt Current. तो ऐसा कुछ कुछ जनरल सा बना दिया. This is very important. It will fetch you if the student does not write this, does not make this map. Definitely, I can guarantee it, he will lose 1 or 1.5 marks. That's for sure. Because सबने बनाया होगा ना, आपने नहीं बनाया होगा. आपने बनाया तो आप ऐसे ही मतलब 1.5 marks पीछे हो गए. And imagine there are 5-6 questions in geography that comes in GS paper 1. So एक एक करके 5-6 नंबर ऐसे ही कम हो गए. और खुदा ना खास्ते 1-2 क्वेश्चन आते नहीं होंगे आपको, तो वही 1-2 क्वेश्चन में तो ऐसे पीछे हो गए. जहाँ पे मार्क्स फैच करना था, ये वाला जहाँ पे आप 6 नंबर का मार्जिन ले सकते थे, वो आप छोड़ चुके हैं. ये 6 नंबर आपके वहां पे काम आएंगे. द वन क्वेश्चन in those questions where you don't know anything, these are the bouncers. It happens with everyone, even the rank 1 or rank 2, they have the issue, they know only 17 to 18 questions. This is very important where you can take the edge. So these factors are very important. This is very important. Map making or diagram are very important in your answer writing. So practice it. It will come within, if you practice this for, I guess, around 30 days. On the 31st day, you will automatically map a rough sketch of any diagram, right? So this is very important. I'll go to the next slide. And now comes the part of the question, right? What are the factors responsible for it? Wind is there, gravity is there. I know most of the people are not able to understand कि ये कैसे करके क्या है. These are the content part. This is the content, and then content will come only when you read it, when you memorize it. So this is the content part, right? Wind is there, what is there, how temperature does, how density impacts it, how density, these are ocean bottom relief, how ocean bottom relief has an impact on the ocean current, its origin, its direction. These are the things that it becomes a part of your body. It becomes a part of your content. ये content से ही आएगा, ये content ही drive करेगा. Content will be in the driver's seat. And marks fetching is done by the body. Right? These are the things. I hope everyone would have read by now. So I'll go into the next slide. Now attempt the second part of the question. How they influence the navigation. Climate is their navigation कैसे करते हैं कि how they help in the keeping the port open all around the year, because there is a Russian port over there, and then the warm North Atlantic drift goes over there and prevents it from freezing even in the month of November and December, right? And how does the climate, temperature is there, precipitation are getting influenced by it, and the vegetation, how the vegetation get impacted by it. Habitation भी पूछ सकता है कभी आपसे. And the conclusion, this is also very important. People generally miss कि अभी क्या लिखें इसमें, conclusion जो पूछा था हो गया. नहीं. This is important, particularly in the 15 marks and fetching the edge that I'm talking about. 1 marks, 0.5 marks का edge लेना है. Imagine there are 20 questions, 0.5 का edge लिया तो you will get 10 marks more, na? So that's how it is. And there are 80 questions that you have to write. If you consider GS 1, 2, 3, 4, all the papers, right? And now here you can add some reports also, right? Means how climate change is impacting, right? How climate change is impacting the flow of the current. This is where you can summarize it also, or you can add some reports also. ये कैसे करके क्या impact हो रहा है? That will give you the comprehensiveness and the what we say, wholeness into that question, into the answer. So please focus on this aspect also. Many of the students don't do it. You have to do it. अगर edge लेना है, selection लेना है, that's how you have to do it. Let's come to the next question. I have done the GS paper 1, paper 2, and now I'm coming to that paper 3, right? This one. So I'll give you 2 minutes to read this question and try to comprehend कि भाई पूछना क्या चाह रहा है, right? Cross-border movement of insurgent is only one of the several security challenges facing the policing of border in Northeast India. Examine the various challenges currently emanating across the India-Myanmar border. Discuss the steps to counter the challenges. Right? ये पूरा एक पहला दे दिया उन लोगों ने. They provided a background of it, but it has a hidden meaning itself in it. उसके अंदर भी एक hidden है. Something is hidden over there. And examine the various challenges currently emanating across the India-Myanmar border. Discuss the steps. This is the first part. This is the second part. And this is the third part. So, yeah. So this is the third part. Now we'll go how we will attempt this one. So if we say, if you know the syllabus, right? If you go back to my first slide, it says you should be very much thorough with the syllabus. कि पूछा कहाँ से है भाई? वो तो पता होना चाहिए ना कि origin कहाँ है, उत्पत्ति कहाँ से हुई है. We know Ganga originates from Gangotri. This is the इसका origin कहाँ पे? इसका origin है इस पे, border management. You can write the introduction by defining it, by defining what is the water management. Make it a part of introduction. So the same kind of an introduction, you can use it कहीं पे चेप तो उठा के. थोड़ा सा wording change हो सकता है. The smart person will automatically change some of the few words and can use the same introduction again and again, the similar kind of a question. If I change this, क्या कहते हैं, this one with some issue कुछ रहेगा, लेकिन border management will be the same. The northeast part towards the Bangladesh part towards the Indo-Pakistan part, Indo-China, sorry, not Indo-China, Sino-India is the more better term. Indo-China is very different, right? So it becomes a part of the introduction. What are the other challenges emanating from India-Myanmar border? This becomes a part of the body, right? It's a porous border. Human trafficking is there. Drugs smuggling is there. Weapon smuggling is there. Insurgent groups are there, right? These are the things. And this becomes a part of your current affairs. Current affairs. तो ये आप जो न्यूज़ में पढ़ रहे हो, you can वहाँ पे आप इसको उठा के लगा सकते हो. And it will give you the edge. ये तो क्या है? These are the static वाला, right? Insurgent वाला, it's a insurgency is a बहुत समय. I guess if I remember it correctly, right from the independence we are facing this insurgency. The secessionist tendency is there. China is also impacting. Earlier Bangladesh was not supportive. Now it is supported with Sheikh Hasina government. So this becomes a part of कि अभी क्या हुआ है. We have a treaty. वो लोगों ने treaty मना कर दी है. What are the Nagaland people are saying? I'm not saying but the citizens of Nagaland. What are the leaders are saying of that group? And now where you can fetch an edge is this. Draw a map of India, Myanmar. Not the whole map, right? This one, this goes like this one. ऐसे करके जाता है ना. This is the Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland. ऐसे करके अपना दिखा दिया. यहाँ पे अपना म्यांमार हो गया. India, Myanmar. The Rohingya issue is there, right? Rohingya. I just recalled it. उस समय style बनाते समय याद नहीं था. So Rohingya, that becomes a part of current affairs. The Rohingya migration, the persecution of them, how they are coming through this what we say, Andaman Nicobar Islands, Gulf of Andaman, how they are coming to that mainland, right? And then they are coming to the Jammu and Kashmir तक का पहुंच गए हैं वो लोग. They are the victims of the state-sponsored persecution. You should be aware of it and then try to interlink it and shade it properly. कि दिखाना पड़ेगा भाई कहाँ पे है. This one. That's how you will shade it. Mention the steps. Now the question also asks, right? These are the first two parts, and discuss the steps to counter the challenges, right? To counter the challenges. So how will we counter it? So border security infrastructure should be strengthened. Intelligence sharing has to be there. Cooperation has to be there. You have to engage Myanmar diplomatically. If you develop the region, right, the northeastern part of India, then also support Myanmar in its economic development, social development. Then wherever there is an economic development, you will see that the persecution and this ethnic cleansing And this kind of a thing will not happen. It only happens when there is a poverty is there and there are vulnerable section. So उन्हीं के ऊपर ही अत्याचार होता है. When there is a economic development, when they are economically strong, वहाँ पे सब नहीं होता है. Right? Economic development is there. Mention any current developments, right? Like I said about the Rohingya. Just by conclusion, you can put जो भी कुछ current affairs, so something happened, you can put it over here. Okay, something happened. Okay, that there is a talks are going on between India and Myanmar how to solve this issue. Whatever happened, you can use the current affairs. That's how you use the current affairs. That's how you integrate the static part into the current part. That's how. This is how you do the entry. This is how you do the integration. Some of the people have difficulty कि आप current affairs कैसे जोड़े. That's how you do. You join the current affairs part. Now I'm coming. I've done paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. I'm coming back again to the paper 1, right? And this is the question of this institute, this Elite IAS, Enlight IAS. This one. This is the means while I was evaluating, I found some of the issues, so I put it over here. So the question says highlight the population growth trends in the last few decades. Last few decades. These are the keywords. This one, the last few decades. अब कितना decades right? कहाँ से लेना है हमको? So I have seen people are writing only for the first 2 decades. The first 2 decades regarding 20 after 2000 or 1990 के बाद से. So the more you take it, right? 1921, it was a watershed event. 1921. I'm talking about the content part. Many of you are not aware of it, but somebody who has a geography optional or maybe sociology optional would be able to comprehend why this was it, right? And what are the factors responsible for such a trend? These 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 are the keywords, right? So these are the keywords. You identified the keyword. Then this one is the directive. This one is the directive, right? And this one also directive. Identify the keywords, population growth trends in the few decades, and then yeah, these are the keywords, and these 2 are the first and second are the directives. Now how you will do it? You should be aware of the growth trends. Growth trend हमको attempt कैसे करेंगे? Now what should go into it? I'm talking about the content part. If you are not aware of it, it's perfectly okay. But लेकिन बिना content बताए I don't find any way how to explain to this, right? So how we'll go it is that you will require the growth rates of the population, the numerical facts, the annual growth rate, the decadal, यानी कि 10 साल में कितना growth rate था, death rates क्या थे, fertility rates क्या थे, what should be the fertility rate? जैसे मान लो fertility rates, the required part is 2.1. India currently has around 2.4 के आसपास. National Health Survey में अभी आया होगा, I don't remember it very correctly, but it is hovering around this one. So decadal and the annual growth rate, decadal growth rate, fertility rate, that rate is सबसे आपका आएगा सारा आंसर, कोई numerical facts, and then these are very important. You should remember it. This is one of the question. लेकिन कुछ सवालों में कुछ papers में, reports में, UNDP की report, India specific, right? India specific, this kind of a thing. And now you have to, because why I choose this topic, this question is that because I want to show you and highlight you how you have to use the data. That's how you have to use the data. ऐसे करके. And now how to use the graph, this type of graph. This is a very standard model, right? Demographic transition model, the population growth model. Yeah, ऐसे. And the final growth rate is like the S curve. This one. This graph is important, right? If you don't make it, you are bound to lose 1 and 1.5 marks. So ये content का part होता है, and then even if you know it, some people who know it but they don't make it because GS का पेपर है, क्यों बनाए? लेकिन बनाना पड़ेगा. You are competing with the 10,000 people, and then they are the most sharpest brains of India, right? In a population of 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion. Not everyone is attempting, but I'm talking about the 4.5 lakhs people who have attempted, who are not everyone is a serious one, but 1 lakh is a very serious one. And out of that 1 lakh is this 10,000, right? The cream. And then from the cream, you get the cream out of a cream. So this is very important. You have to make the diagram. This one is very, very important. Birth rate and the death rate. this birth rate is falling, this is this is the death rate, this is the birth rate, and the resultant is this graph. You have to make it and then have to provide the conclusion. Conclusion में कैसे जाएगा? Now there are talks of population control bill, ऐसे करके आ रहा है. So उस पर आप हाईलाइट कर सकते हो कि required है, नहीं required है. So that is also a part of your perception, not perception, but a reasoned account you have to provide. It should not be driven by the perception. कि perception क्या चल रहा है. And now with the regard with this topic of perception, I will come back. I want to come back to very specific what I have observed while evaluating one of the copy. I just got to. That's how you get to know the brain of the function, how that is going on, right? Don't get swayed away what is the political environment in the country. Politics is very different, and then the reality is very different. So don't get swayed by it. Be what is more rational. Reasoning is there, and which is backed by some facts. कुछ facts भी होने चाहिए उसमें ना, उसको बताने के लिए, right? तो वो facts बहुत जरूरी है. अगर मान लो आप करोगे, so don't get your content from propaganda websites. Propaganda website for the left wing or right wing, they are equally ones. They are the two sides of the same coin. What is actually verified? So आपको कुछ verifiable, जैसे if the some newspaper are coming, so newspaper से आप पढ़ सकते हो. Indian Express is there, The Hindu is there, right? Don't go by some website कि किसी ने कौन सी website ने कुछ लिखा है. You people are very smart enough, I guess. If you are attempting this one, you will be able to identify कि कौन सा क्या propaganda है, कौन सा क्या है reality. So don't get swayed by the propaganda. अगर propaganda वाला आएगा, the examiner, you don't know the mindset of the examiner. You have written the right wing वाला आंसर लिख दिया है, examiner left wing वाला है, वो एक क्वेश्चन तो गलत करेगा ही करेगा, उसके नीचे वाला भी गलत कर देगा वो. चलिए, it doesn't happen, but you should be aware of it. Why to take risk यार? क्यों risk लेना? Right? Going to the next slide. Why? Now you have seen, I've given you the example, multiple examples, 3-4 examples, how to do it, why it is. Now I'll come why it is important. It will give the clarity of concept. When you write, सबको लगता है कि we talk or we write very, very good. The content is very good. But there is a problem in writing it. You have to be communicative through your writing. You have to communicate what you think to the examiner. So it only comes with the clarity of the concept. When you have the clarity of the concept, you will be able to do it properly. Now, it will also improve your memory, because if you keep on writing, not the same thing, but the similar kind of a question, the population question or something, तो उसका content, एक का content दूसरे में कभी-कभी इस्तेमाल हो जाता है, right? I talked about the water management, India Pakistan का आया, you can use the same intro, body change हो सकती है, you can use the similar intro. I'm not saying the same intro, but the similar intro. The structure, how to construct the structure of the answer, introduction कैसा होना चाहिए, body कैसा होना चाहिए, conclusion कैसा होना चाहिए. And now you can be very creative in the construction of the structure. How you can use the flowchart, you can use the, the schematics, you can use the table, you can use the point format, you can use the paragraph format. कैसे करना है, कौन सा question कैसे करना है. Suppose if you don't know it, suppose you know a very good question, a question, you have a very good command of it. And if you write in a point format, you can easily incorporate more points. Suppose if a question comes like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and you don't have any idea of it, kahan se gir pada bhai asman se, you can use the paragraph format, right? You can easily hide, you can easily play around with the words. So the structure, construction, you came to know. I'm talking about the 1 or 2 questions, but if you see the 20 questions, right? Think from the bird's eye view. 1 or 2 questions लगता है कि एक दो क्वेश्चन है, लेकिन 20 क्वेश्चन की बात है भाई. And now within that 20 question, you have to write each question within a time frame. Earlier I talked about people taking 20-25 minutes. कोई मतलब नहीं है, कोई मतलब नहीं है. देख लो ना, 3 hours में आपको करना है पेपर, and 20 questions are there. So how 10 hours of the 10 marks and 10 hours of the 15 marks. So 250 हो गया अपना. Right, within the time frame. इस वाले time frame में हमको करना है. So you need to be very much alert and minimum try to do it within 12 to 15 minutes, right? इसमें कम से कम समय maximum information देना है हमको जो required है. यहाँ पे लोग फंसते हैं. They are not able to complete the question. अगर आपने 17, 15, 16 क्वेश्चन किए हैं, यू आर आउट ऑफ द रेस माय डियर. So write within the space provided. This is also very important because you get the question come answer booklet. 3 पन्ने मिलते हैं, 3 pages, मतलब 1 page and 1.5 page, right? और 15 mark. अभी चेंज हो सकता है, थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है. They do it every year. But the ability to write within the space provided is very much important. It's not like a board examination or university examination. They don't give the question come answer booklet. They give you the question and the answer sheet is very different. This is very important. These 2 points are very, very important. And ability to attempt all the questions in 3 hours. All the questions. You have to attempt all the questions. I'm emphasizing again and again on the points. You have to attempt all the questions. अपने जो आते हैं उनको तो अच्छे से करना ही करना है, जो नहीं आते हैं उनको भी करना है. So that you can attempt the bouncer, जिसमें 2-3 मार्क्स तो मिल जाए, कुछ तो मिल जाए, something. इससे आपकी सर्विस डिसाइड होगी. Somebody wants to become an IPS officer, but because of 1 or 2 marks he get into the IRS. I'm not saying that services ऊपर नीचे होती है, किसी की रिक्वायरमेंट हो सकती है, राइट? बट उसका जीवन भर का तो चला जाएगा ना. किसी को IRS ऑफिसर बनना है, 1-2 रैंक के 1-2 मार्क्स की वजह से कुछ दूसरी सर्विस मिल जाती है. So these are also very important. It improves the presentation, how you present it, right? I said it's a king's accessories. अगर किंग्स के पास एक्सेसरीज नहीं होंगे तो फिर वो कैसा लगेगा? वो किंग नहीं ना लगेगा. तो आपका कंटेंट तो किंग लगेगा ही नहीं, आपका प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं है. सो इट विल गिव यू दैट काइंड ऑफ, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? आई एम गोइंग टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस टेल यू. कितने हमको क्वेश्चन, अभी क्या प्रीलिम्स आ रहा है, राइट? आई गेस द 27th और 28 जून को प्रीलिम्स है, टुवर्ड्स द लास्ट वीक ऑफ द प्रीलिम्स ऑफ द मंथ ऑफ जून, राइट? तो कितने क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं हम लोग? I will suggest minimum of 2 questions daily. Why I'm talking about 2 questions daily? Suppose if you are writing 1 question, right, it will take around 15 to 20 minutes. I'm talking about on a daily basis who is a newcomer, and I believe most of you are newcomers who have not written even a single answer till now. 15 to 20 minutes, right? लेकिन before that, what you have to make up your mind also, right? कि एक question लिखना है यार. So you will come out of your rajai. I'm talking about northern India. You will come out, or maybe from your bed, and then you will sit on a table chair. It will take mind में मेकअप करने में भी 10 to 15 मिनट चला जाते हैं, राइट? 15-20 मिनट चले गए, फिर उठ के वापस आके करना होता है जो भी कुछ करना होता है. सो इफ यू राइट इट 2 क्वेश्चंस, you will build up speed, right? You will build up speed. सब कुछ प्रॉब्लम जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में रह गई थी वो सेकंड क्वेश्चन में ओवरकम हो जाएगी. थोड़ा सा डाइवर्स स्पीड बढ़ेगी, थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेप्ट बढ़ेगा. आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट कि आपको 2 क्वेश्चन तो लिखने ही चाहिए. प्रीलिम्स आ रहा है, ओके, 2 महीने पहले प्रीलिम्स से विल स्टॉप इट, राइट? कि हम लोग इट्स अ फैक्चुअल वाला, तो हम प्रीलिम्स की तैयारी करेंगे, लेकिन 2 महीने पहले तक का तो आंसर राइटिंग करना ही चाहिए. बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस दैट विद इन अ 2 month टाइम फ्रेम यू फॉरगेट इट. जब प्रीलिम्स ओवर होगा सो लगेगा यार ये तो कुछ याद आ रहा है. यू विल हैव अ वेरी हेजी पिक्चर आफ्टर प्रीलिम्स. 2 महीने में हम लोग भूल जाते हैं. किसी को याद है 2 महीने पहले क्या खाया था, 2 महीने पहले क्या कपड़े पहने थे, किसको क्या बात बोली थी? एनीवन रिमेंबर्स? नोबडी रिमेंबर्स इट until unless something major happens, right? वो सबको याद रहता है. लेकिन ये चीजें जहाँ पे बहुत सारा कंटेंट जा रहा होता है और माइंड इज सच दैट यू विल फॉरगेट इट, ट्रस्ट मी. So these are some of the few points that I could think of it. There will be an improvement over time. If you write 1 question, there will be an improvement after 30 days. If you write 2 questions, you will have an improvement in 20 days. I'm not taking about okay सीधा 15 दिन नहीं, इसमें आपको 20 दिन में आपका improvement हो जाएगा अपने आप ही, धीरे धीरे करके. And then you will have more number of question bank. You can revise easily before the exam. I'm saying about the 10 दिन पहले एग्जाम से पहले आप पढ़ते रहो, बस एक बार मतलब 2-3 बार रिवाइज करोगे. You can easily reproduce the same thing with all the charts, graphs, facts, figures. Now here it is, what it is. Here you have the edge of 1 or 2 marks over those who have not attempted it. And these 1 or 2 marks, my dear friend, in 4 papers will be very important to get a rank or improving a rank or something like that. And why I'm saying this, the question do get repeated in UPSC means GS. Questions do get repeated. There was a question in 2015 regarding the interlinkage of the rivers. Same this year also. If you see it, this year I'm talking about 2020 means you can go and check it on the website or anywhere. If you get hands on your paper, on your GS paper on paper. the interlinkage of rivers is still there. In 2013 or 2014, there was a question of secularism, the difference between the secularism of India and the Western world. 2018 or 2019, the question get repeated, but in a different format, but the answer is the same. Questions do get repeated. ये दो से आपको फायदा हो गया ना? कितना फायदा हो गया? कितना फायदा हुआ? दो आंसर लिखो, थोड़ा सा एफर्ट लगेगा यार, 15 मिनट क्या कहते हैं, मत बात करना किसी से, राइट? कितना टाइम लगेगा? 15 मिनट लगेगा. डोंट रोम अराउंड, कुछ मत करना. तो 15 मिनट बचा लो, कम सोना 15 मिनट. लेकिन दो क्वेश्चन जरूरी है. एक क्वेश्चन में आपको क्या है, लिख लिया, बाय द टाइम यू विल गेट इनटू दैट माइंडसेट की आंसर लिखना है एक क्वेश्चन के बाद, वो खत्म हो जाएगा. दो क्वेश्चन पे आप करोगे तो दो क्वेश्चन पे आपका जो माइंडसेट जो बना है एक क्वेश्चन करने के बाद, इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट इनटू द सेकंड क्वेश्चन. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आपको ये ज्वाइन करना है सेकंड वाला. यू डू इट ऑन योर ओन. अपने आप करना, एक बार करके देखना, फिर उसके बाद देखना कि अच्छा जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो कितना सच है, राइट? So I guess this the institute is giving you the option of two questions, so you can do it, you can join it, right? And any of you, if you have any questions, that you can ask me, right? Any questions? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you can also find question in chat box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Okay, so let me join it again. Am I connected or not? I'm not able to identify whether I'm connected. It said, where is the chat box?
Yeah, your voice is audible, sir.
Okay, chat. Okay, these are the recording will be available. Session over. Should we explain every factor? Okay, Harshit has asked, should we explain every factor? Yes, you have to explain, not in very detail, right? But you have to be very concise and precise. Here comes the importance of answer writing, right? You have to explain the factor, right? What I'm saying is that how is the wind is impacting it? I guess you are talking about how the factors are responsible for the ocean current, how wind is important, how the ocean bottom topography is important. बहुत बड़ा बड़ा नहीं लिखना, बहुत छोटा छोटा लिखना है, बहुत ही छोटा छोटा, कंसाइज वे में. एंड इट विल कम ओनली ऑन द आंसर राइटिंग. यू विल सी द यूनिवर्सिटीज आंसर. यूनिवर्सिटी में आंसर क्या होता है, पूरा मनमौजी में लिख रहे होते हैं हम लोग. वैसा नहीं, बहुत ही प्रिसाइज वे में, और वो केवल आंसर राइटिंग से ही आएगा. रिकॉर्डिंग विल बी अवेलेबल. हाउ राइट इज इट टू गूगल अबाउट द टॉपिक आस्क्ड इन द क्वेश्चन, और शुड वी राइट जस्ट यू नो? देखो यार, गूगल करके तो आप लिख सकते हो, लेकिन बट आई विल से ट्राई टू क्रिएट योर कंटेंट फ्रॉम वेयर व्हाटएवर सोर्स आपको कंटेंट मिल रहा है, उसको मेमोराइज करो, उसको याद करो, उसको ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट एंड देन मेमोराइज इट एंड देन ट्राई टू राइट इट. गूगल करके क्या है कि कुछ भी आता रहेगा, कुछ भी लिखते रहोगे आप. सो आपका इन द एंड व्हाट विल हैपन इज दैट यू विल बी वेरी क्योटिक. व्हाट मैटर्स इज दैट व्हाट यू हैव within the first month, जो लास्ट मंथ, जो मान लो इस साल जनवरी में पेपर था, सो आपके पास दिसंबर में क्या है, व्हाट आर द कंटेंट. तो आपका जब कंटेंट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होगा, यू विल बी बेटर एबल टू रिवाइज इट, टाइम बहुत कम लगेगा, और आप उसको इफेक्टिवली मोर प्रोडक्टिवली यूज कर सकते हो. हाउ टू अप्रोच अ क्वेश्चन वी आर एबल टू कलेक्ट एनी कंटेंट. Shall we learn it content before writing? So I have मैंने ये बता दिया, right? Google वाला and these the question are same. Even after reading the book, why try to attempt the question? I don't remember much of the content to be used. Okay, this question, I guess most of the people would be having it, right? कि मतलब पढ़ लिया याद नहीं है. पढ़ लिया मतलब किताब से, if you have read it, try to make your own notes out of it. किताब में अगर मान लो आप किताब में अंडरलाइन करके, if you are able to recall it, very fine, you will save some time. If you're not able to do it, try to, थोड़ा समय लगेगा, मेहनत लगती है. ऐसे ही आपको एक पूरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट का चार्ज नहीं मिल जाएगा ना, उसमें मेहनत लगती है, बहुत ज्यादा लगती है. पूरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में there are so many departments and you have to coordinate. I'm talking about तो जो आपका डीएम होता है, and DM is not the highest authority, right? उसके ऊपर भी जाते हैं लोग, तो कैसे होगा? Your single stroke can actually save a life or can take a life. तो करना पड़ेगा, मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, right? So अपना कंटेंट बनाना पड़ेगा. हाउ यू डू इट? हेलो अमन, मैंने आपको मतलब शायद डाउट क्लियर किया, राइट? Can you please respond? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Cleared, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Any other questions? Hello? Anyone have any other question?
सर हिस्ट्री में क्वेश्चंस का कंक्लूजन कैसा लिखना है सर?
हिस्ट्री में जो हिस्ट्री में व्हाट विल आई से कि जो क्वेश्चन होता है उसका एक बैकग्राउंड होता है हिस्ट्री में, राइट? रिगार्डिंग इफ यू से द रिवोल्ट ऑफ 1857 का रिवोल्ट हुआ था, वो एकदम से नहीं ना हो गया था, राइट? There is a certain background to it. So I'll come to the conclusion also. So you will provide a background. What is asked become the body part of it, and conclusion उसके आगे क्या हुआ था थोड़ा सा. That's it. Or if you are able to summarize that question की मतलब, okay, the revolt of 1857 was not only a military revolt. It is something more of it, right? Discuss something like that. Then you will culminate it कि मतलब नहीं ऐसा नहीं था, and there was some more thing. But कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि it was not a revolt. ये तो revolt भी नहीं था. Then you have to identify कि भैया रिवोल्ट था किस लेवल पर, वो आपको लिखना पड़ेगा, वो कंक्लूजन में आएगा, राइट? Someone asked, I'm able to clarify or not? Yeah. Hello.
Sir,
Yeah.
kabhi yeah. Can I ask, sir?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay, and so sometimes, like in history and in art and culture, we don't know the content.
Sorry?
Like we have, hello.
Yeah.
या सर जैसे कभी कभी हमको हिस्ट्री और आर्ट एंड कल्चर में कंटेंट याद नहीं आ रहा होता है, हम पढ़ा हुआ होता है बट जैसे एग्जैक्ट टेम्पल्स के नेम नहीं याद आते या कुछ तो वो सब मतलब उस अब सपोज वो क्वेश्चन अगर आता है तो पहले उसको याद करें फिर लिखे या जितना आता है उतना अटेम्प्ट करके बाद में?
आर्ट एंड कल्चर वैसे इट्स वेरी वेरी गुड थिंग फॉर अ सिविलाइजेशन. आर्ट एंड कल्चर, यू शुड बी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ आर्ट एंड कल्चर. बट वो याद करने में बहुत दिक्कत होती है यार. याद करना पड़ेगा लेकिन याद करने में दिक्कत होती है. वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ द कल्चर दैट द सिविलाइजेशन हैड गिवन अस एंड वी आर वेरी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ इट. बट you should be able to remember the name, right? Imagine the plight of the जो zoologist होते हैं, उनको तो जानवरों के पूरा नाम याद करने पड़ते हैं, right? Imagine the plight of a doctor. तो उनको डॉक्टर्स को बताना पड़ता है ना कि यार मतलब कौन सा वाला डाइसेक्शन करना है, क्या करना है, कौन सा वाला सर्जरी करनी है, कितने नोट्स होती है उनकी, करना पड़ता है, काम होता है ना उनका, राइट?
Right. So, like, my question is, so is it like okay before, like, if you get a question from the institute, and is it okay to learn that particular content before writing? मतलब ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि फिर ऐसे तो हम will end up cheating as in a sense.
नहीं देखो यार, मतलब मेरे हिसाब से ना अपना आप जैसे आर्ट एंड कल्चर है, सो ओके, सो ऐसा है क्या कहते हैं आप अपना जो भी है वो आपने अपना कंटेंट बनाया होगा, राइट? You would have made some content कि मतलब दिन सिंघानिया से बनाया है notes, you have made your notes, so you have to utilize it, memorize करना पड़ेगा उसको. और मेरे हिसाब से the student will give you kind of a schedule कि okay अब इसका next day या फिर next week में इसका होगा, so उसके accordingly आप कर सकते हो. Why I'm saying is that see if you see it in that the other websites that give the daily answer writing, right? तो वहाँ पे evaluation नहीं होता है, वहाँ पे random type का आता है. यहाँ पे आपको पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मेट में आएगा, आप उसी फॉर्मेट पे करिए एंड उसी के हिसाब से आप अपना प्रिपरेशन को भी ओरिएंट कीजिए, उसी हिसाब से शेड्यूल बनाइए.
ठीक है. So sir, we'll be getting a schedule like for the week or for the month कि इस हफ्ते ये पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट का टेस्ट होगा, मतलब आंसर राइटिंग होगा.